about to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out.
Hi friends, and welcome back to another video. If you are new, my name is Monica, and in today's video I am giving this backyard patio a makeover. I had so much fun freshening up this area, making it all nice and cozy for summer. I enjoy sitting out here now and everything's all nice and clean, and I cannot wait to share the process with you. For the most part, I did shop my house or just added a coat of paint to something to make things look really fresh and new, and I honestly cannot wait to share the details. So let's go ahead and get right into today's video.
Me more than once to show you my intention. My brain gets blocked at times, but now somehow I'll give you my attention. You've got to know that I ain't a person who understands all the clockwork of our romance. You make me feel so alive, always there in my mind, but I just don't know.
So today I have my little helper with me. Rocco loves to follow me around anytime I am outside or inside. He just absolutely loves to be my little shadow. I did have a few people ask about his legs in my last video, and I just want to assure you he's completely fine. He did have hip surgery when he was a puppy, so he's always kind of walked with a little bit of a gait, but he is okay. So I know I probably will get asked again, so I just wanted to put that out there right now. I know decorating is the most fun part of these videos, but without cleaning up, you cannot decorate, in my opinion. I cannot decorate and relax unless things are cleaned up. So I'm going to start there by cleaning things up. And for this area over here under our gazebo, we have this very comfortable sectional sofa, but with the pine trees blooming right now, we have yellow pollen everywhere. It is all over the cushions, and this has sat pretty much all summer. I think the last time I really gave this a good clean was the beginning of last summer. So I'm taking all the cushions off, moving everything over to the grass area, and then I'm taking the rest of those pieces and moving those over as well. I'm going to give these a really good clean, and I'm not going to go crazy with the soap and all that stuff, but I am going to use my hose, and I have it on the sprayer, so I'm just going to spray it down really well, make sure there isn't any critters hiding in that woven part of that wicker. The spiders really creep me out, so I'm just turning everything over and just giving everything a good clean, getting all that pollen and dirt off. And then I'm going to place everything back. I did spray these cushions completely down, and then I let them sit out in the sun for a good 2 hours, and honestly that's all it took, just a couple hours in the sun, and then they were all dry. So I have quite a few furniture pieces out here. I have some loungers, and then I also have another little sectional over by the fire pit, and I am going to do the same thing to all of those cushions that I have out here. These are a set of loungers that I have, and I'm really spraying them down really good. You'll see later in the video that I ended up switching out the cushions. I did not plan on doing that, but I was at the store and I ended up finding some cushions that were just too good to pass up, which I will share with you here later on in the video. So before I placed this all back, I did use my blower and I blew away the leaves and the dust and all that stuff. And then I did place my sectional back where I wanted it to be in my little side chair. And then here you can see I placed the cushions back on. There were a few spots that weren't completely dry, but they did end up drying fairly quickly. And then I'm just adding my beautiful throw pillows. I made a video last season. I think it was spring. I'm not sure if it was spring or summer, but I did a patio makeover then, and I did make those blue and white pillow covers. I love them. They held up so well all year round. A very simple and very inexpensive way to spruce up your backyard when the weather starts to warm up is just adding some fresh flowers. I love just finding pots that I have already, so I'm not going out and buying all kinds of new pots, and then just replacing the flowers in there, and it really does make a big difference. I found those beautiful burgundy colored petunias at, I think it was Home Depot, and they were under $5. So that is a really good way to just add a little bit of life and beauty to your backyard. Another simple way to give your backyard area a little bit of a refresh is just replacing a few old and worn things that are around. For instance, this umbrella cover. I didn't replace the entire umbrella. I just found a cover replacement for 2 of these umbrella covers, and it made a huge difference. Both of these were red when we purchased them, I want to say 6 years ago, maybe 7. And through the years, they've just completely faded and just look really old and worn. And I replaced them with some lighter colors, which I like even more because as they fade, they won't be so noticeable because they are a lighter color. But I found these both on Amazon, and I will leave links to those in my description box if you are interested. These are 2 patio chairs that my husband and I purchased a good 15 years ago, and we did find them on Craigslist, and I think we paid maybe $200 for both of them. At the time, they looked a lot newer than this, but with them sitting out in the desert sun every summer, the color is just so faded, and instead of throwing them out, I decided to paint them, and I've been wanting to paint these for so long, and I have been going back and forth on if I should paint them white or I should just refresh them and paint them black again. But I decided to go with white because sitting out here in the sun and accidentally touching one of those sides, it is very hot when the sun has been on them all day, and I just didn't want that black to absorb all that heat. So I'm going to go ahead and give these a fresh coat of paint. And I almost took this part of the video out because I ended up spraying these. I despise painting with spray paint. I just don't like it. I don't like the smell. I don't like how long the smell lingers afterwards, but for some projects you just have to use some spray paint. And I really wanted to try and paint this with this outdoor paint that I got, but it was just taking way too long and leaving brush marks and all that stuff. So I went to my Home Depot here and I found some paint, and it was on sale for a little over $3 a can. They were discontinuing this brand at the store, so they were all on clearance. I ended up getting a few cans, and within a good 20 minutes, I had both of these loungers painted. I want to say I did 2 coats, and I love the way these look. They look brand new, and all I did was add a fresh coat of paint to them. Here in Las Vegas, between winter and spring, or just as spring starts, the weather is absolutely perfect. It's still really nice and cool in the mornings and the evenings, and then during the day it is nice and warm, and it's just so beautiful outside. So I wanted to make this little area right here when you walk out somewhere where we can sit and just enjoy the time outside, not necessarily sitting around the fire pit or sitting under the gazebo. Maybe a sip of coffee in the morning or a light dinner at night in the evening. But I wanted to make this space look very inviting. So once I cleared everything away and got rid of all of that debris and the leaves, I took my hose and just sprayed everything down to make sure it was all nice and cleaned up. And then I'm going to start by adding some fresh flowers. I wasn't really sure where to go with furniture or any of that kind of stuff, and I did order a outdoor dining set online, and I can't wait to share that with you. But I wanted to start with some fresh potted flowers. And while I was at Home Depot, I also picked up some greenery and some more petunias. And then I found some jasmine as well, which I love the scent of jasmine. I think it just smells so, so good. And it always reminds me of springtime. This is a planter that I had in my front yard. I didn't really use it. It was just kind of sitting there on my front porch, and I decided to bring it back here. I thought it would look really pretty up against this wall between the two windows. And then I have this wooden planter box that I set on top, and then I added some white and purple petunias to it. Later in the video, you will see that I got a little happy with the paint, and I did end up painting this planter box and the planter that I'm placing underneath it. But in both of these, I have some petunias. If you're lucky, you will get some really good petunias that smell really good, and both of these did just that. And then over here, I wanted to add something to the wall above it. I felt like it just looked really bare, and I did have this little planter piece up there, and it was just kind of, it didn't have anything in it. And I thought, you know what, it would look really pretty if I got some potato vine, because when that stuff starts cascading, it looks so pretty, and it always does really good in pots out here. So I decided to add a couple little potato vines to this planter. So I went to Walmart and I found some cocoa liners for some hanging planters. I just cut a little bit of it off to make it fit in here, and then I added that potato vine. I can't wait to see how big this gets. So here are the chairs. I did order this as a patio dining set, and the chairs were delivered separately from the table. And I did have a bit of an issue with the table taking really long, and I will share exactly what happened a little bit later on. But these are the chairs. I love them so, so, so much. I will have this linked down in my description box if you're interested. I shared this over in my stories on Instagram, and I had several of you message me and tell me that you got this exact set and you absolutely love it. So I was sold on those reviews, but I love the chairs. They are just so pretty, and they go with my decor style and everything that I have going on back here. With all those pots that I had up against my wall on the side of the house, I decided to add some more flowers to those. So I added some burgundy petunias over here between the loungers. And while I was out, I had to stop by Home Goods, and I found these yellow cushions for only $39 a piece, and I could not pass up $39 for lounge cushions. And I thought that yellow and white would definitely brighten up the area over here, and they would look perfect with those white painted loungers. So as I was freshening up a few things back here with some fresh paint, I wanted to paint this door. This is a door that's just never been painted. We had this put on when we moved in, and we just completely never gave it a second thought and never painted it or anything. So it's just like the standard primer that it comes with. So I decided to give it a fresh coat of paint, and the paint color that I chose was black. We painted our front door black, and it turned out so beautiful. It was definitely not my first color choice, but I did have quite a few people suggest it, and I did it, and I absolutely love it. So this is a color that we chose. It is called Black Magic, and it is by Glidden, and I believe I got it at Walmart. It's an outdoor paint, and it just turned out beautiful. Look how this door pops back here with just a coat of paint. And by the way, that tiny little can was from the front door. I only used half a can, and I still have lots left over. So that little tiny can will go a long way. I did use 2 coats for this. It was very easy. It only took me a couple hours to do. I thought a spring summer wreath would look so pretty on this back door, so I'm just taking a command hook and sticking it right there on one of the windows, and then adding this wreath that I purchased a few years back at Joann's. I think it's so pretty, and it can be spring or summer or both, but I really like the way it looks on this black door, and it just makes everything pop, and it just looks so cheerful and pretty.
I'm gonna let the sunshine in the day.
I'd like to thank Ravioli for sponsoring today's video. If you've never heard of Ravioli, it is an extension that you add to your Chrome browser, and it makes your shopping smarter and more reliable no matter where you're shopping online. Ravioli offers a global pricing feature to help you find the most updated prices on your favorite online products, helping you choose where to buy it for the very best prices. Ravioli also has a true global rating feature. The true global rating will show you the real and honest rating of a product based on authentic reviews being posted for that specific product. With Ravioli, you don't have to worry about misleading 5-star products that end up broken or thrown away. I absolutely hate buying products based on a 5-star review only to end up with something that is definitely misleading. Ravioli helps online shoppers make an informed purchasing decision by protecting them from fake reviews and providing them with the best prices across the internet so they can spend their limited resources with confidence and trust. To get started, just simply click the link down in my description box, and this can be added to your Chrome browser with just one click. This service is available for every product page on Amazon, Walmart, Target, Macy's, Home Depot, and Kohl's. I did originally purchase the table and chairs set together. The table was taking way too long to get delivered. When it did get delivered, the box was completely beat up, so I refused that portion of the shipment. But I did find this table at Big Lots, and it was only $80, so I ended up saving a lot of money. I really wanted to add a centerpiece to this table. I was not sure what I wanted to do at first, but after looking at Pinterest and quite a few different decor ideas for some outdoor decorating, I came across something very similar to this. I didn't want to just throw a citronella candle on the tabletop and call it a day. I wanted it to be pretty. I wanted to use products that I already have, and I did have this really pretty terrarium that I purchased at Home Goods quite a while ago. I decided to paint it black to kind of go with everything else back here, add a few faux succulents and some flameless candles. To complete the look out here, I really felt like I needed some greenery over here by this door. So I took those 2 pink jasmines that I purchased at Home Depot, and I placed them in some pots. These are 2 pots that obviously are different. They would look so much better if they were the same. I love the urn style, but I didn't have to, and I didn't want to go out and buy new pots for this entryway or my backyard. So I just painted them black so they were monochromatic, and I think it worked out perfectly. I love, love, love this pink jasmine. It smells so good. Like I had said earlier in the video, it only blooms during the spring and partially during the summer, but it's so pretty and it does stay green year long. And I did end up painting those 2 planters over here as well.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
I really hope that today's video gave you some decorating ideas. If you are looking forward to decorating your backyard or giving your backyard area a little bit of a refresh, it really doesn't cost a lot of money to make some really big changes. Some simple paint can make a huge difference. If you did enjoy today's video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button before you go. And I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I will see you in the next one. Bye.